Yeah, I was just listening to somebody say they're going to spiritual. That's how they get you. They're going to spirit. They're getting in there. I thought that was a joke. No, they get in there. But God made me do something my whole life. I was always wondering how I was getting out of stuff. I know now. You gotta stand straight up. When you realize they don't went to the spiritual to trick you, you gotta stand straight up. You can't lean. You can't do no drugs. You can't even smoke weed because it's like a fog, and they emulate your fog, and they make you emulate. They make you blend in with their fog. Hold on, how this? Yeah, something like that. And what it is that they got you, even though it's out of moderation and everything, they got you doing what they doing. So over there, they don't see humans like we see them. They see it like a fog or something. So it's like they look like you, the colors and stuff. But God can tell by the color. I don't know. I think it's God or my ancestors. One. I don't know which one it is, but whoever been mimicking me, God looking at their color, or my grandparents looking at their color in the astro in the heaven, they saying disgusting color. Because it's the color that give you away. But see, if they can get you to descend, they blend with you somehow. And it look like it's you doing it, you know. But it's color and fog. It's like color and like a cloud look again. I don't know. I need more information on it, but I wanted to wait till I get out of there to start studying that stuff. And have some help. I want to wait for my person, you know. But it's fog. It's like a color. So now you see why, like when I was growing up, I would get in these situations in the street, and I knew I wasn't gonna get out of it. It was almost to the point where okay, let's go ahead and get ready to die. I'm gonna go ahead and chill with my partner and stuff like that and party hard. God had different plans. God told me to stand up straight. And as bad as I didn't want to do it, I stand up straight. And I had did that so much, I got used to doing drugs for so long, not doing drugs for so long. Then after a while, it was almost like fasting with food. Then after a while, I just stopped doing the drugs. I could see the difference in the way the drugs was making me feel. You think you're doing a lot. To me, quantity never beat quality. Never. Never. But it was like every time I got off of the drug, I would have to go through these spells. And then going through those spells, I got to understand the damage I was doing to my flesh. And how it was hurting my flesh, hurting my vessel, and hurting what God, I was hurting what God was a gift from God, you know. It's like this is our automobile we asked the Father for. You know, I started acknowledging that. And that also plays a huge role on the Trinity. Body, soul, and spirit. They gotta walk accordingly. I'm gonna get into that with y'all too. The Trinity is real, bro. I don't know why they I think they it's almost like the God is Jesus stuff. They just did something tricky right there, but the Trinity is real. The body, flesh, and the spirit, ain't it? Something like that. That's real. I think. Oh, is that the Father, Son? I don't know. I said the body. I thought the Trinity was the body, soul, and the spirit. That's what I thought. The body, soul, and the spirit. Cause that's how I operate. Like my spirit, my soul got to navigate the body, and the body needs to listen to the soul, and the spirit tells the soul what to do. And that way, your flesh is not running the show at all. Your flesh recognizes it's just a meat suit in a good, wholesome way. And your soul, the flesh is at the soul mercy, and the soul is at the spirit mercy, because the spirit is God. It's balance. Oh man. Like my neck, people like, why your neck? My neck hurt 'cause I got that bone, took it out, and God was mad. I wasn't supposed to have that surgery. God warned me about it. I had it anyway, so God was like, you gonna hurt for it. Yeah, I ain't lying. I've been hurting for it too, boy. That's why I'm the wounded soul. That's why I'm the wounded angel, wounded soldier. It ain't that I can't get fit. It's that it's my curse for trying what I did, when I knew I could have healed myself. I done healed myself from everything else. And I had worse issues. I didn't have to have that surgery. I had the surgery because money was involved, and you see what it did. I mean, on a physical level, on a medical level, I thought I needed it. I mean, it counted as I needed. I got to check up, of course. You needed the surgery, but I'm also a healer, and I knew better. I could have healed it myself. And God said, let's see. I still be asking to fix it, but but yeah, soul, that's how it is, soul. You get your flesh in check. That's why it's like the energy, bro. It's like somebody was just saying, it's like you gotta pay attention because they'll mimic. Like when you realize spiritual warfare and you being attacked to the degree you being attacked, that breaks down that 8.2 billion. Because you realize you ain't got no friends. You realize y'all here as individuals and y'all got a purpose here. And it ain't to be friends. It ain't to be lovers. It might be here to make a certain baby. If you get with the right partner, like, let me give you an example. If you get with the right partner, you can make a Jesus. No matter what color Jesus it is. You probably can make a Jesus. I'm just saying. Or you can make something that ain't been made before. But you got to get with the right partner. So it's like having a child can be a gift and a curse, bro. It's like, I don't know. I don't really want to get into that. But it's like certain babies are supposed to be made. And it's something about this realm and over there in heaven about the baby making part. And it's like everybody going with the wrong people. Having babies everywhere. And it's just irrelevant. All irrelevant. I ain't saying the babies are irrelevant, nothing like that. I'm saying the way we move make life irrelevant. You move this way, you want God to accept your way because you said you love this person. You putting on this image as if you want to marry this person because you love this person. When the whole time it was about sex and money. Or your parents said you need to get married because you got pregnant. See what I'm saying? That was the demon in your life, regardless if your parents go to church or not. I hate to say that. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's true. It's like a lot of this stuff that go out. It ain't gonna work. You can lie to man, but you can't lie to God. You shouldn't force nobody to do nothing. You shouldn't. That's altering somebody's life. You shouldn't alter nobody's life. They altered it enough by having a child. Don't make them marry somebody they really don't want to be with. See, that's what I'm saying. This is what we need to talk about. They keep blocking this stuff out. Don't block this out, because what we're going to talk, you done talked about what they want us to talk about. We done talked about enough. Because that's why everybody doing it, and it ain't good. A lot of guys go to church every Sunday and Wednesday and get out and beat your kids to death. You know, Sacrifice your kids and your husbands and your wives. Stop. Stop. At this point, it's just too messy to even worry about dealing with it anymore. We don't want to deal with it no more. Because you know why I say that? I got the right to say that because when you filter out like that, it comes straight to the slums and the hoods first. We the first one to get the blowback from that, and it ain't good. That's why you have to have gangsters. That's why you have to have thugs. Because you raising these people, you raising monsters. And who else gonna put them in check? You know what I'm saying? That's what's, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make one bad, you gotta make, it's good and bad in everything. You keep creating this bad energy. You're gonna have to find good and bad energy just to keep the bad energy at bay. This is deep, bro. It's like, we just gotta get out of the dark, get out of the negative, and enjoy the positive for a while. You can still have fun. You can still do whatever you want to do. You just gotta know how to do it and when to do it. You gotta pick your spots. That's why I say that. That's why I'm saying what I said about the drug. Like, I kept going back and forth on it in my life experience to the point I realized, man, my sound mind itself is a lot better than my drug addict self. And over time, you realize it's psychological. And once you done quit in your mind, once you done quit in your mind and your heart, and done committed in your mind and your heart that, okay, I want to be a sound-minded person. It's a process like everything else. Give it time and it will start. It's time to chill with God, though. We shouldn't have left God in the first place. It's almost like we start thinking like Satan. We can make the world a better place than God, and that was a lie. Satan can't even create a world without God. Well, let's make a world a better place than God. That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. I feel like I'm being married, y'all, in the Astro. That's why I'm so tired. I don't know where that's coming from. I feel like I'm married in the Astro or something. I feel like I'm sharing my energy in a good way. It's panning back and forth. It's like, it's back and forth. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. I don't know. It could be my higher self, though. I don't know what's going on, but I know I'll be tired when they do that. I went through it a few times, 3 or 4 times in 5 years, but them girls were faking. They were playing, they were angels playing witch. And I had to go through this process and I was tired. I was tired, bro. You be tired for a while. So that's why the energy like it is. That's why I say when the weather like it is, it'll tell you when to rest. 13, 11. You ain't gotta ask nobody if you're supposed to rest or not. The nature will tell you if you're supposed to rest. I want to do something about that, but say something, do a lecture about it, but if I do, people might start going crazy at their jobs. I still went to work. I just rest at work. I was a good worker. And when I went to break, I was so much of a good worker. I used to go up to my boss. I can go up to my boss and say, look, can I just do this? Can I just do this and go to sleep? She said, if you do this, I'll let you sleep for 4 hours. I was like, oh, yeah. I had a black supervisor. She was cool. She was straight. She said, you do this, I'll let you sleep for 4 hours, 2 hours, an hour. We need you at work, though. I go to sleep, bro. I go in there tired, dragging. But I know I got to do my job, and I know they need me to do my job. You know what I'm saying? I signed up for the job. I told them I wanted to work. And they hired me to do a job. And it'd be unfair for them if I don't come and do my job. So I make sure I do my best. If anything, if I want to get out of my job, get out early at my job, I make a deal with the boss. If I get you this quota right here, can I go home or can I just go upstairs? Because we had a gym upstairs. Can I go upstairs and, go to sleep? They were like, yeah. If you do that, I'll do it. I go in there. Go wide open, bro. And I go to sleep. I be tired, bro. Cause I eat, my body was so banged up when I was born. I learned how to live out my spiritual pressure. And that's how I can tell when something going on in the astro. I just be tired, no matter what I do. You can see the beauty in it. You get what I'm saying? You can see the changes. You can see the changes. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let me help y'all bring this to the physical. When you finna marry somebody, watch how you change. It don't matter if that person you're supposed to be with or not, you're gonna start to change. You're gonna take on some of their features. And that's real. That's congruism. If you just married into their bloodline or they married into your bloodline. So y'all going through changes. You just better hope they're good changes. That's why I'm telling folks, I gotta test the water. Another Satan trick. Well, all you really gotta do is test the energy. Oh my God. We connected to the pipeline now though, my people. If we just keep doing this at least. We could do better than this, but if we do this at the least, we'll eventually get connected to the pipeline because it takes responsibility. We gotta learn to be responsible. We gotta learn to be smart in certain situations. We can't just keep doing stuff because we feel like, ooh, it look nice, I'm gonna jump in it. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that all the time. That ain't gonna work. You can't do that at all, really. You gotta be responsible, have some dignity. Pray. You gotta read that Bible. Read that Bible. That Bible is a human manuscript that you know how you're supposed to live in life, how you're supposed to treat others in life, and how you can progress in life. And I look like this normally, y'all. So if I get to meet y'all in person, get used to these eyes. They say they roll it. They say God look through my eyes. And you start talking crazy too much, then I'm gonna just lean forward on you and say, well, let's fix this little problem before we can move on. But yeah, so to those of you, there's a lot of people out there getting married now. You ain't quite got married yet. Go ask yourself, say, I did start changing. Don't say it because I said it, but just notice it. And then go out there and tell the people, preach it to the people. Say, I did start changing. Like, some of y'all gut probably changed. You don't know how you gain weight or lost weight, but it's because of the dominant bloodline that you just married into. And that's how they are. You can't tell this on the external though. Not at all. Don't even try that. It don't work like that. But you can see this in your lover. You know this is in your lover. It's almost like seeing the best. It's almost like visualizing your lover at his or her best. And you know that's a fact. Whether they want to bring that out of them or not. And when you get married, you'll start to notice you taking on them characteristics. And then now we putting together the mind, the psychological state of mind of thinking. Now we saying, okay, why did I think that? I see these characteristics in this person. You didn't fabricate that. Your ancestors just told you. Their ancestors just told you this is how this person really looked. If this person wants to live at their best stature, this is how they really look. This is what comes with this package deal. So we're gonna add it to you. And so you'll start seeing some changes within yourself, but y'all will really see it in your kids, you know. That was powerful, wasn't it? Ooh, that was powerful. You just made love to that kind of energy. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, bro. I would never sell this kind of energy out for money. It's priceless. It's enjoyable. It's quenchable. You know what I'm saying? It fills you. It's something to be content with. It's something to grow old with. It's something to live a beautiful life with. It's something to build your house on a mountain with. Why would you sacrifice it? Thank you. You don't do that, y'all. It ruined, and it killed, it wastes a lot of time. I just want to go over there because I'm talking to my friends and they say, I love them. I really love. But my friend said, you ain't never gonna say that part though. But that's the truth, 'cause I'm born and raised in these streets, 'cause that's how exactly y'all talk to each other. And my friend, you never said to your mama never nothing that you talking to all of them about your relationship. And they all gave you the opinion on your relationship because you were doing what? Complaining about your relationship. So they gave you something to complain about in your relationship just so they could cipher whatever really they needed out of you and your relationship, which was your relationship. And that's why when you lost your relationship, they went on here and took up with your relationship because they wanted your relationship in the first place. Now, they're demons, bro, in disguise. I ain't gonna say they're demons. They could have just been haters. And they wanted what you had, and they knew. What I really meant to say, they knew it was demons out there. You just didn't know they were demons. One thing I noticed about low vibrational people in karmas, for some reason they good in the demon department. They are geniuses. They know how to go to the spiritual, swap up the energy and everything. Amazing. You go to school with them, you talk to them in person or something, you can't get them to tell time right, and there better be a clock with numbers on it. They also masterminds in the spiritual. And with that being said, it's nobody stupid on this planet. Nobody. Somebody great at something. You know what? I'm tired. All this panic.